Black Friday, where we gather to chase discounts like we're in the middle of a Black Friday episode of Survivor, wrestling strangers for that last flat screen TV. But hold on a second. Before it became the shopping frenzy we know today, Black Friday had a history that's a lot darker and way more chaotic than you might expect. So, grab your coffee, because this story is about to get wild. Let's go all the way back to 1869, way before online shopping carts and pre-dawn stampedes at Walmart. Back then, the phrase Black Friday didn't refer to doorbuster deals on electronics. Oh no. It was about a financial disaster so big that it caused nationwide panic. Enter Jay Gould and Jim Fisk, two Wall Street bad boys who thought they'd crack the code for making big money. Their brilliant plan? To buy up as much of the US gold supply as possible. And we're talking massive amounts of gold. It was like they decided to play Monopoly with the US economy, but they didn't bother about the banker part, because they were the bank. At first, it looked like it might work. The price of gold went through the roof, but just like every great con, things got a little too greedy. And by September 24th, 1869, their entire scheme collapsed like a house of cards. The price of gold crashed, and the stock market went into freefall. Suddenly, everyone from rich investors to poor farmers found themselves broke, all thanks to a couple of guys who thought they were smarter than the system. So yeah, this was the original Black Friday. It wasn't about great sales. It was about financial ruin and massive panic. Talk about a day for Wall Street. Now skip ahead to the 1950s and Black Friday takes a whole new meaning. Forget gold crashes and Wall Street. It's now about chaos in the streets of Philadelphia. How, you ask? Well, it turns out that the day after Thanksgiving wasn't always about long lines for discounts. It was about a total mess. In Philly, the day after Thanksgiving also happened to coincide with the Army-Navy football game, a huge event that attracted crowds of rowdy fans and shoppers. People from the suburbs flooded into the city to hit the stores before the big game, and well, things went less than smoothly. And because it was such a hot mess, some enterprising thieves decided to join in on the fun, snatching up whatever they could get their hands on while no one was looking. But the real victims of this chaos? The Philadelphia police. They were stuck working long shifts on a holiday, dealing with all the mess that came with the Black Friday crowds. And guess what? They hated it. So they started calling it Black Friday to describe the pandemonium that they had to handle. In 1961, Philadelphia's merchants were sick of the negative connotations of Black Friday and decided to rebrand it. They thought, what if we call it Big Friday? That sounds fun, right? Like big sales and big crowds and the good kind of big. But surprise, surprise, it didn't catch on. People didn't suddenly start calling it Big Friday. And Black Friday just stuck. But despite the negative origins, Black Friday's true transformation didn't happen until 1980s. Okay, this is where things take a turn from wild to even wilder. In the 1980s, retailers realized they needed to do some serious PR work on Black Friday. After all, a day that started with chaos didn't exactly scream holiday spirit. So, they cooked up a little myth. They decided to tell everyone that Black Friday referred to when retailers finally went into the black after spending all year in the red. Translation? Stores would be in debt for most of the year, but on Black Friday, they would finally make enough sales to turn a profit. So black wasn't bad, it was a good thing. It was all about profits, people. Did it matter that this whole red to black thing wasn't actually true? Not really. The public bought it, and suddenly, Black Friday was transformed from a day of disaster into a celebration of retail success. Fast forward to today, and Black Friday is a retail extravaganza. No longer confined to a single day, it's now a full-blown 4-day event. We've got Thanksgiving Day deals, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, and the whole weekend in between. Stores open earlier and earlier, sometimes before you even finish your Thanksgiving meal. It's hard to imagine that Black Friday, once the symbol of economic disaster and traffic chaos, is now the day to grab the best bargains of the year. From gold crashes to shopping sprees, Black Friday has certainly come a long way, but it is still rooted in chaos. Only now, we're all fighting over gadgets instead of gold. So, the next time you're elbow deep in a pile of discounted tech, remember, Black Friday's origins weren't all about sales. It was about financial mayhem, Philadelphia traffic nightmares, and a whole lot of police officers wishing they were anywhere else. Enjoy those deals, folks, and remember the real crazy history behind the holiday shopping event of the year.